Hey there, Colonials. Welcome back to another edition of Quickly Colonial, and I am so excited for this episode. If you follow the channel or follow our Facebook page, you'll know and you will see that I recently made a trip to Washington, D.C. and also to Virginia. And one of our best stops, one of our most favorite places to go is George Washington's Mount Vernon. All across the South, but especially in Virginia, one of the big favorite meals, small little meals is peanut soup. And it's huge, especially in Williamsburg, in Colonial Williamsburg. And so I was so excited to try it at Mount Vernon. I have never tried it before. And it was very, very good there. There's a video on our page and on our YouTube channel if you want to see that. It's a short one. But I came home and I was infatuated with it. I've got to try this. I've got to make it myself. And so sure enough, I found an old recipe from 1768 for peanut soup. Now, some of the things that they had in there, I'm not going to take the time to do. It said to go and kill a chicken and you can use the chicken meat, for other meals and things like that, but then you take the bones and you boil them and you have to make a broth and everything. I wasn't about to do that today. We have chickens and I wasn't about to waste it just for one meal. So I went to the store and I got chicken stock and came home and got the rest of the ingredients, and I made my own peanut soup today, and I am so excited to try it. I haven't tried this recipe, and I was able to make it myself in my home kitchen. And so here we go. I hope I do them proud. There we go, if you can see that. And if I have any Virginians or any Southerners watching, tell me what you think. How did I do? So, I'm going to try just a little bit here. At the end of the video, I will walk you through how to prepare it. And then if you go to our Facebook page, I will post instructional pictures and the recipe so that you know how to make it as well. Here we go. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. 1768. What's a little bit different than the one that I had at Mount Vernon is in this recipe especially, there's more pronounced onion. There's sauteed onion in there, and also more black pepper and even a pinch of cayenne they called for it. My goodness, what a taste. You get that peanut butter taste. That's the full flavor of the peanut butter, but normally, peanut butter, we expect, peanut butter and jelly, something sweet. And with this, it's that savory flavor. It's almost like a salted peanut. And you get that little kick of garlic and the sauteed onion and that velvety butter taste. Oh my gosh, that is excellent. So it was an anonymous recipe, 1768, just for peanut soup. So if there's somebody watching over us today that decided to come up with that recipe 200 some odd years ago, thank you so much. That was absolutely amazing. So the way that the recipe goes, pardon me, the way that the recipe goes, you start out and you saute a half of cup of onions. Now I just used regular white onion. There was nothing specified. I'm sure you could use shallots or you could use purple onion, whatever you prefer, but I just chose a regular white onion. And then as you saute that up in just a little bit of butter, then you have 4 tablespoons of butter, and you add that in and melt it down. Now just as that starts to melt down to the full liquid, you add 3 tablespoons of regular white flour, and you mix that all in, and kind of ease off the heat a little bit, and you'll be able to, it'll be a nice thick syrup with that onion suspended in there. And take that off of the heat and set that aside. And then you're going to have chicken stock, unsalted, and you put that on the stove and bring that to just a heavy simmer, not quite a boil. And then you add that syrup, that onion syrup that you just made, and then you add in your spices, and you bring all that in and mix that really well, and then you add your peanut butter, and you mix that all in. Now, keep it off of hot heat, because if that peanut butter gets too hot, it'll start to rise, and it'll almost get to the top and could overflow. So kind of keep it on a low heat, a light simmer, so that it begins to melt and it gets down. And then at the very end, you add your heavy cream, and you bring that to a simmer till it reaches the temperature. And you know, modern day cooking, I cooked for years professionally, and you know, in that type of temperature, I would bring that to probably about a 150 to 170, just to make sure you reach all those temperatures that you need to be safe. So, my dear Colonials, there we have a recipe, 1768, for famous Virginian and Williamsburg, Virginia peanut soup. I will be sure to put it on the Facebook page with full instructions and the recipe. And my dear Colonials, you've got to try this. It's absolutely out of this world. We'll see you next time. Cheers.